What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Monday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium. It's a new week. Yes, it is. And thank goodness, because we closed out Sunday with an 0-3 day. It's always the worst, man. It is the worst going 0-3. It kind of, we were eking out 2-1s, 2-1s all week. You're not winning a ton because you're paying the juice when it's 2-1. You're just kind of, up a unit and a half going into Sunday and just all gone, all out the window. The Arizona Diamondbacks and the Atlanta Braves, I had under 8.5. That number went to 12. That wasn't even close. Had the New York Mets to be leading after the first 5 innings. Yusei Kikuchi had a great game, and I'm not going to complain about the Jays sweeping the New York Mets, so that's all good. And then in the NBA, man, we hit the under again. We hit under 225.5. But Denver lost the game to Miami. Miami had an unbelievable fourth quarter. They shot 60%. And, that's what happens in championship series, right? So going into the fourth quarter, we were looking good with that Denver bet. Under 225, 226, I think, in this series, regardless of who wins, is going to be a good bet. So, probably should have gone Miami 8.5. As I was watching the game, I was like, we did that for the entire Boston series, was take Miami plus the points because they were such a heavy dog, and it hit every time. So mistakes will be made, lessons to be learned, but it's all good. It's a new week, and we're back. And before we get into today's bets, I just want to remind you, because this contest closes on Thursday, your chance to win $25 cash to make sports bets at a book of your choice. All you have to do is be a subscriber to this YouTube channel, and if you comment on a video, you get an additional entry. You can have as many entries as you like, and then if you follow me on Twitter, you retweet when the Squeeze video goes live. That's 3 entries, and a like is an additional entry. I will pull a name from a generator on Friday, and that person will get $25 cash from me to make bets at your book of your choice. And that's been going well. I think we might do something for Canada Day as well, maybe $50. So we'll see. Okay, let's get into today's bets. And we're going to start in Game 2 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. And I'm making the exact same bet that I made in Game 1. The exact same bet for the exact same odds. Vegas plus 2.5 and under 6.5. Vegas won Game 1. They won it 5-2. So it went over the total. They did score a late goal. I don't know who's going to win this game. I will probably bet money line on the Panthers because it's plus 120. I think the Florida Panthers are very live to win this game, especially from what we saw earlier in their rounds against Carolina, Toronto, obviously, and Boston. But I'm going to hedge it a little bit. Vegas plus 2.5. I don't think they're going to get blown out by Florida by any means, not at home. So Vegas plus 2.5. And I think this game is going to have more of a tendency to go under. So we did see 7 goals in the last 2 games for Florida. One against Vegas, one against Carolina. But previous to that, they'd gone under 8 straight times. And those were set at 5.5. We're bringing this up to 6.5. I think that's more of the game we're going to see today. And yes, Game 1 was a 5-2 final for Vegas, but previous to that, they'd gone under, when the total was 6.5, they'd gone under 6 straight times. That's the hockey game I think we're going to see. I think it's going to be a closer game. I think Bobrovsky's going to play a lot better. I don't think they're going to give up 3 goals in the first period. Because again, going into the third, this was a 2-2 game, right? So I think this is going to be more of a closely contested matchup. Probably going to bet the Florida Panthers on the money line as well. But officially, we're going to go Vegas plus 2.5 and under 6.5 for the game. That's a minus 120 parlay at DraftKings. I like that bet for pretty much the whole series. Moving to the MLB and to the Blue Jays, and I'm fading the Jays again. You might say, what are you doing? Aren't the Blue Jays your favorite team? They sure are, which means I have a pretty good idea of when they should win and when they should probably lose. For some reason, the Houston Astros, despite being 35-24 and 17-10 on the road, they're underdogs in this game, and I think it's because the books haven't really caught up to the fact that Alek Manoah has been one of the worst pitchers in all of baseball this season. In 12 starts, Alek Manoah is 1-6 with a 5.46 ERA, and his whip is what? Where is it? His whip right now is 1.77. He can't find the plate. When you look at his walk totals, he hasn't gone a game without giving up a walk this season. His walk totals, 3, 5, 1. That was the start with Danny Jance behind the plate, who's hurt. 7, 4, 1, 4. This guy walks a ton of batters. He throws a ton of pitches. His last time out against Milwaukee, he threw 89 pitches in 4 innings. Previous to that against Tampa, he threw 87 in 3. He's thrown 85 in 5 2/3. So far this season, he's only gone past the 6th inning once. And this is the Houston Astros. They've got Brandon Bialik pitching today. He's been good. He's 2-2 in 5 starts. He's got a 3.19 ERA. No complaints. His last time out against Minnesota, 5 2/3, gave up 1. Previous to that, he lost to Milwaukee, but he did go 6 2/3 inning and gave up 4. That's still a quality start. He beat Oakland. He beat the Chicago White Sox. He's been pretty good. Away from home, he's 0-2, but he's only got a 3.86 ERA. I like him. I like the Houston Astros. At home, Manoah, by the way, 0-3 with a 6.83 ERA. The pressure's got to him. So the Houston Astros, they're coming off a 2-1 loss to the Anaheim Angels. I think they're ready to get a W. The Blue Jays just swept the Mets, which again is awesome, but I think, I'm a little bit worried. So we're going with the same thing. I'm going to fade them in the first 5 innings. I don't expect Manoah to have a great start. If he does, that's great. Hopefully the Jays can come back later on against the bullpen. But Houston Astros plus 110 money line first 5 innings. And your third bet of the day, we're going to go to Boston. We've got the Tampa Rays against the Boston Red Sox. Battle of the AL East, 42-19 Tampa Rays against the 30-29 Boston Red Sox. We've got a great pitching matchup. We've got Shane McClanahan going for Tampa, who has been phenomenal. He's 8-1 with a 2.07 ERA and a whip of 1.15. Okay, he has had 12 starts this season. He's won 8 of them. And when you look on the road, he's 4-1 with a 3.03 ERA. He's even better at home. But this game's being played at Fenway Park, which I don't mind at all. And Brian Bello, look, he's been great for Boston. When you look at his starts in the month of May, he's got 3 wins, 2 losses. But his one loss, it was 4 innings, but he only gave up 1 earned run. That was against Cincinnati. His other loss was a 4-0 loss to Anaheim, but he went 7 innings, gave up 2, and struck out 6. Previous to that, he went 5 against Seattle. That was a win. 6 against Atlanta. That was a win. 5 against Toronto. That was a win. He's been very, very good in the month of May. And at home this season, he's 2-2. So I think we're going to get a low-scoring game here. I like the Boston Red Sox and the Tampa Rays to go under 9. It's a bit risky when you start talking about the bullpens, but the 4.5, if you're getting 4.5 in the first 5, you're essentially saying you expect the bullpen to double that output. And 9's a square number, too. You have push potential there if it's a 5-4 game or a 6-3 game. McClanahan might not give up any, to be honest. The last time he pitched against Boston, he had 9 strikeouts. Let's see, what did he do? Against Boston on April 11th, he went 5 innings, gave up 1 earned run, struck out 9. I look for something similar here, and Bella's been really good too. I know Tampa's offense is very good, but I think Boston has a chance here that even if Tampa scores like 7, this might still go under. So Tampa Rays, Boston Red Sox, under 9, minus 110 at FanDuel. No video tomorrow. We take an off day on Tuesday, so only a couple more days to get your entries in for the giveaway on Friday. But your official card for this Monday morning, give me the Vegas Golden Knights plus 2.5, the game to go under 6.5 for minus 120 at DraftKings. Give me the Houston Astros on the money line in the first 5 innings, plus 110 at FanDuel. And Tampa Rays, Boston Red Sox, under 9, minus 110 at FanDuel. As always, drop a comment if you're fading or following. You can follow me on Twitter at Tyler Conium for more picks and props throughout the day. TikTok and Instagram for just the picks portions. And your audio is on Apple and on Spotify. Have a great Monday. I'll see you on Wednesday, and let's talk sports.